Sponsored by EA. Hey everyone, it's AlluringSimmer here, and today we are doing a speed CAS. If this is your first time here, then welcome to Planet Allura, and if you've been here before, then welcome back. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already to see more content like this. Before we get into the Creative Sim, I want to share that I'm part of the EA Creative Program, which means you can use my code AlluringSimmer in the EA app for Sims 4 DLC or other eligible titles. You can find the full list of titles you can use my code for on my website at AlluringSimmer.com/creator. So consider to use my code AlluringSimmer when making purchases of Sims 4 DLC or other eligible EA titles, especially as the summer sale is currently going on and select packs are discounted. A little announcement for those who may not know, I currently have a challenge going on, and if you would like to participate, I'll have the link to the blog post on my website that has all the info about the challenge in the description down below. You can also visit the link directly at AlluringSimmer.com/blog. Near the end of my post, I have an image with all of the details for both a Creative Sim and a shell challenge. Just a little overview of the challenge if you would like to participate is the CAS challenge is basically making a fairy sim, no CC, all the rules for that part of the challenge will be in the blog post. And if you would like to do a build instead, you can participate in the shell challenge where you're going to be using my shell and making a fairy themed build of your choice. And before we get into the sim that I'm creating today, I just want to share again some of the goals and milestones I would like to hit before the end of this month, and I truly believe that we can do it. The first goal I have is to hit 700 subscribers by the end of this month, and I believe right now we're only like 20 away. So if you're watching this video and you're enjoying the vibes, consider to subscribe if you haven't already. It's completely free and it helps support my channel. We are also pushing for 1,000 watch hours by the end of this month. This one's a slightly bigger goal, but I'm manifesting that over the next few days you all consider to tune into my latest videos and watch all the way through. I also have a few public playlists that you can check out to find my Let's Plays, builds, and Creative Sim series. I highly recommend checking out my Winx series where I make the Winx fairies, or the Winx build series where I make bedrooms based off each of the fairies, or you can also check out my current legacy challenge that I'm doing by SimSiga, the Soul Food Legacy Challenge. So just to reiterate, I'd love to get you all more involved, so consider to take some time to check out the blog post on my website if you'd like to participate in the build or cast challenge, and also consider to tune into my latest videos, checking out my playlist, and showing that support in the last few days of this month to help me hit my goal of 1,000 watch hours. Now let's get into the sim. I wanted to make a themed sim and decided to go for like a Western style horse lover type of girl, and for the main looks I feel like I just gave like a cutesy vibe. I had this shirt that said Chestnut Ridge and I was like, this is perfect. Like that's kind of what inspired this whole Creative Sim to begin with, and I really like how all of her looks turned out in the end. I think the hardest part with creating these looks was choosing the hairstyles, and you'll see there's quite a few times where I go back and forth on so many different hairs because I really wanted to use the cowboy hat a little bit more, but a lot of the hair is clipped through and I didn't want to change the overall look that I was going for with her hairstyles. Once you've seen all of the looks for these outfits, I would love to hear what your favorite look is. And just a little tidbit of information, if you didn't already know, I stream on Twitch and YouTube, and I recently started a little eco lifestyle sort of let's play. No serious like challenge or rules or anything like that. I'm just playing with the pack and seeing what it has to offer. And I recently been thinking about a lot of the packs that I have that I feel like I haven't really gotten to fully explore the gameplay as much as I would like to. So a lot of the newer packs, I definitely want to do more of that, like getting into the pack and diving in and seeing what content came with it. That brings me to say that after making this sim that's obviously very much inspired by Horse Ranch in the world Chestnut Ridge, I want to know if you guys would like to see a Horse Ranch themed let's play with this sim. It would basically be a short mini let's play, kind of similar to the business and hobbies one, where I'd just be exploring the pack with this sim, seeing what it has to offer when it comes to like the equestrian skill, nectar making, and overall country living. So if that's something you would like to see, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and add a little horse emoji when you comment down below what you think of the video. Another reason why I wanted to do a cast video as opposed to a build is because I recently went CC shopping, so I wanted to make use of some of the new items I downloaded. I honestly don't even think I used that many of the new stuff that I got, but I will be adding it in if we do end up playing with this sim. Usually when I create a sim, I tend to give them like multiple of each category of outfits, so like multiple everyday outfits, multiple sleepwear. But when I first make the sim, I just make sure that they at least have one of each look, so that way when we're playing the game, I know that they kind of have something put together. I think it was really fun having a theme going into this creative sim because I had an idea of what kind of vibe I wanted to go for each outfit. Some of the outfits are a little bit more casual, like they wouldn't necessarily have a theme, like her activewear and her sleepwear, but most of her outfits I tried to go for like Western, kind of sporty, outdoorsy style, and that's also reflected in the traits that I gave her at the end. I think out of all the looks that I did for her, my favorite ones would probably be her like hot weather outfit, her everyday outfit, even though it's super casual. Like I feel like the Chestnut Ridge t-shirt is just so perfect. And then I also really like the party outfit that I gave her. So again, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite outfit is. I would really love to hear your thoughts, and also that might help me with future creative sims to kind of get an idea of what kind of outfits you guys like. And in the future, I definitely would love to do more themed like speed casts like this, where I'm not necessarily recreating anything. I'm just choosing a style that I want to do for most of the outfits. So if you have any suggestions of like a specific style you'd like to see me do in Create Sim, then feel free to comment it down below. I really appreciate those who take the time out to comment because I love reading it back and replying to you all. So don't be afraid to comment and share your thoughts. I really do want to hear what you guys are thinking. So make sure to comment down below what you think of these looks. One style that I definitely want to do in a future creative sim is like a tropical beachwear type of style for like all of the outfits. Basically a sim that would live in Sulani. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think it would be fun to do. I know I always want to do a series, but maybe a little series where I do creative sims based off of the different worlds in The Sims 4. Because truly what inspired this look was Chestnut Ridge, like that t-shirt, and then me thinking like, what if we made like a sim with a Western style? Maybe she's really a fan of horses, and I just think would be perfect for someone who would live in Chestnut Ridge. And I feel like it'd be fun to do that for some of the other worlds because I feel like each pack has like its own aesthetic. I also wanted to share, if you might be a little shy to comment down below like what your thoughts are on these videos, but you still want to share your suggestions or your ideas, then I really recommend joining the Discord server. I always have a link to it in the description down below. Anyone is welcome to join. It's where we talk about The Sims, we talk about other games that we're playing, cozy crafts that we're doing, anything around that vibe. So if that's something that seems interesting to you, or you just want to share some of your ideas that you have for this channel, then consider to join the Discord server. I'll also share some of my thoughts on some of the looks that we created as we're getting through the last half of the outfits. But for her party wear, I feel like it's definitely not really like Western style anymore, but I just really wanted to use this outfit because I thought it was cute. I was really trying to make like, you know, like a mini dress or something work, and now that I'm looking back at it, I definitely have like a denim dress that I feel like would have fit the style better. I do think the cowboy boots kind of completed the look. And then when I also think of like Western style, I feel like I could be making an assumption here, but even people who are from the South, they're not necessarily always wearing like what you think of in terms of like typical Western style. Like they're not always going to be wearing cowboy boots, they're not always going to be wearing denim all the time. So I feel like I still captured a sim that, you know, lives in the country but also still has her own like unique style. When I was choosing her swimwear, I wanted to go for something that sort of looked like, you know, ginghams. I really wish there was like a red and white sort of picnic blanket checkered pattern, but I settled for the one that we had because that was one of the new CC items that I got from Trilike, and I just thought it was so cute, so I had to use it. If I'm being honest, I think that outfit is actually meant to be lingerie, not a bathing suit, but it looked too cute, like I had to use it. Now when I was putting together her hot weather look, I had a vision in my mind. Like I really wanted to do like Daisy Duke's bikini on top sort of vibe, but it just did not end up working out because I feel like I didn't really want to do a bikini for her hot weather wear because I feel like she'll be wearing it at places other than just the beach. But I also wanted to do like a crop top, tank top kind of vibe, but I feel like the ones that I had were like a little too fancy for the style that I wanted to do. Even though this one looked really cute, I just was not feeling it in the end. To be fair, maybe in the future I'll go back and give her this look, but I'm very happy with the look that I ended up settling on. So this look was probably also the one that took me the longest. You can see I took so much time like choosing the hairstyle, and I don't even know if that's the one that I ended up keeping. I went through so many different tops and bottoms only for me to settle on like a set instead. Like I didn't mix and match or do anything. I just thought of the set that I knew I had that had a denim aesthetic, and I was like, you know what, this is cute, I will go with this one. So I went and changed the shorts to the skirt. I feel like it still gives that like Western style because of the denim vibes. I don't know too much about the shoes if it really gives the vibe, but it matches the look and it looked cute. So, and then I was thinking like the outfit was a little plain, a little boring. I needed to add something to spice it up. So I threw on this cute little handbag, but then that meant that I needed to change her hair so you could actually see the handbag because the other one was blocking it. And then I was like, well, it's kind of pointless if you can't even see it. And then this is the only look that I gave the sim 2 outfits for, but they're not like a huge difference in the looks. It's just one has the sunglasses and one is without, because I feel like sometimes when I take my sims places, like I don't want them to be wearing their sunglasses everywhere, especially not when they're inside, unless they're like a celebrity. So I decided to do one without so I can change that depending on the vibe that I want to go for. It already seems like I'm under this assumption that I will be playing with this sim at some point, so consider to be on the lookout for a potential horse ranch let's play. No promises. Again, I still want to hear if that's something you all would even be interested in, but I feel like I personally got attached to this sim while creating her, and now I want to live out her horse ranch dreams. This last look was also really fun to do, her cold weather outfit. I really wanted to use a cowboy hat again, but as I said before, it was clipping with a lot of the hairs. I went back and forth. I might end up putting it back if I do decide to end up actually playing with this sim. I just feel like the clipping was bothering me too much. I feel like in game, like if I was actually to play with this sim, it's probably not going to be super noticeable and I probably won't think anything of it, but I feel like just the way that it looks in CAS, I couldn't deal with it. So I went back and forth with so many different hats and styles that I wanted to do, only to settle for what I had in the beginning. So this is the point where I thought I was done with everything. I went through all the outfits and then I decided I'm gonna remove the hat. I tried on a bunch of different hats, only to be like, you know what, I don't think this needs a hat. I feel like it turned out really cute. I feel like I don't know what the weather is like in Chestnut Ridge. I don't know if they get a lot of snow or rain. So to be honest, I feel like she probably wouldn't even need the hat. Like she'll be okay. And at the end of the day, it's really not that serious. But I hope that you all enjoy this little speed cast and chat about, you know, updates when it comes to my content. And if you did enjoy the vibes, then consider to like this video, comment down below what your favorite look was, and answer some of the questions that I asked throughout the video. I'd greatly appreciate if you did so I can hear your feedback. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.